Gil, let me ask you a question. Okay, yesterday was the day that, your best calculations. Let's ask this question. You've been sent a lot of pictures. I'm sure a lot of people took pictures and video, and you've probably seen a lot of stuff on YouTube. Is any of these pictures have a possibility of actually been a glimpse of Planet X or Planet 7X?
Not any of the ones that I've received, and I received probably thousands of them.
Wow.
Most of them are lens flare or reflections off of glass or sundials mostly. Keep in mind, we have 2 to 3 million amateur astronomers. When it does show up, we'll have post-up pictures of it. We'll be able to see the terrain of them. Just like we look at the moon or Mars or Jupiter, we'll have fairly detailed pictures of it. But we cannot focus the telescope on any type of mirage. See?
Okay, so you're saying the telescope, whenever it comes into view, like a comet or an asteroid, a telescope will be able to pick this thing up, and it won't be a mirage. It will be an identifiable object.
Right. We will recognize it as a brand new planet, and that it will be recognizable, as such. But you cannot zoom in to outside the atmosphere, let's say, on something which is a mirage, like a sundial or anything else. You see. So,
yes.
And plus, we will see it every day. Once it appears, you will see it every day, and it'll be seen around the world, not just occasional, just in someone else's yard on that day or anything. No, it's gonna, whenever it does show up, it'll be a mirage. But we will have martial law by then. When you start to see martial law happening, bail-ins, rationing of money, the bail-in, rationing of food and fuel, then they got control over the people. You can start looking up then.
So
the internet will probably be down.
So you're saying that the government, so what I'm hearing you say, when you start seeing martial law, is you're saying that because you believe that the government has their eyes on this thing, or they have been studying this for a long time, and they're aware of it, that it's coming, and that we will start to see more of a cultural breakdown as the reality of Planet 7X becomes well known among the public.
Well, that's the only common denominator for all of the data as well as the actions of our government globally. They're building underground facilities. They're moving their alphabet agencies to higher ground. They're spending money like they have no intention on paying it back. And they have trillions of dollars that are missing. They just vanish. So there's multiple indicators that show something's up that's serious. And
I mean, there's no denying.
We have to.
Gil, there's no denying, you're right, of the fact that there's underground cities that are built. And I mean, I've talked to now 3 different people who've worked for the government, 2 of them that still do, who have actually been inside these underground cities, told me the things that are actually being stored there, that the facilities are incredible. There's 6.5, one man told me it's 6.5 miles deep under in Denver, that the city itself goes 6.5 miles deep. There's hospital facilities. There is an incredible amount of things that are stored there, not just storage, the ability to grow food. I mean, the whole thing, it's an unbelievable thing. And that's just one, okay? You've got these underground cities are in places like in Russia and in China and in many, many nations of the world that are preparing. So they're preparing for something. There's no question they're preparing for something.
Right. I've been in some of the underground facilities in China.
Okay.
You can actually... you can dine. I think they have 7 restaurants that are advertised that are in their underground facilities, and you can dine there. And
now
they're able to put, I think, 80% of their population underground within just a few minutes.
80% of the entire population of China?
No, on the 5 major cities.
Okay.
Beijing was one of them.
Okay.
Beijing was one of the major cities that within just a few minutes, because they have all of the access points, elevators, you name everything is there.
So we got to get the general public in alternative media like we do here. We have to get past the fact that it's not a theory that there's underground cities that are being built and preparing for something catastrophic that's coming. We have to come to the realization that it is true. Okay, it's a fact. Now the question is, what's coming and when? Well, according, of course, to GILL Broussard and others, there is a massive or a very large planet. You can call it Nibiru, you can call it Planet 7X, like GILL does, or Planet X. and it's going to be on the edges of our solar system. And as Gil said, it should become visible without question and be visible for some time. Now, Gil, I spoke to a man over the weekend who worked on the Nibiru project, which is a project of the federal government. A man who's been in, Area 51, so he had a pretty high clearance. He's telling, and he's very ill. He's very ill, and he's talking to me about this stuff because he knows, look, he's got to get this off his chest. He can't. He's already retired, no longer in the government, and he's to the point now where he's got to get this off his chest because time's running out, and not only for him, but for what's coming. And he says to me, you have to listen to me, Paul. The government has been studying this a long time, and the gravitational effect on the Earth, it's like two magnets. The Earth's a little magnet, this thing's a bigger magnet, somewhere around 4 to 4.5 times larger than the Earth. Some people might say it's 6 to 7 times larger, but we certainly know it's at least 4 to 4.5, and so it's like two magnets, and we're already beginning to feel the effects of it, and that's why you're seeing an uptick in volcanoes, uptick in earthquakes, and we're going to be seeing mega, he says to me, mega thunderbolts will be hitting the Earth, and when it does, it will scorch, acres at a time. This is not something, there's going to be a time when it's going to affect us. Brimstone, that kind of thing, you can, that's not, I'm not lying to you. So I'm telling you, we're going to feel these effects. We're going to have these effects from this thing. It's not going to hit us, but we're going to see it, and we're going to feel it. So is that, Gil, is there a magnetic pull already beginning with this thing?
Yes, but what it's causing is just like electric motor. When you have if it's not in the right phase, it causes overheating. Well, that's what it's causing to all of our planets. All of our planets are heating up a little bit. So if you have even 1 degree rise, that magma in the center of the Earth has to expand, and if it expands, the crust has to move. So that causes it's release of methane. That's why we see bird and fish kills happening.
Okay.
We also see the earthquakes and the volcanic activity spiking at tremendous levels. And this is also one of the reasons why we're seeing so many meteors hitting Earth. The magnetic field is warping the orbit of asteroids that would normally miss us, that have a set orbit. And their orbits are being causing more meteors to enter our atmosphere.
Gil, let me ask you a question. Okay, yesterday was the day that, your best calculations. Let's ask this question. You've been sent a lot of pictures. I'm sure a lot of people took pictures and video, and you've probably seen a lot of stuff on YouTube. Is any of these pictures have a possibility of actually been a glimpse of Planet X or Planet 7X?
Not any of the ones that I've received, and I received probably thousands of them.
Wow.
Most of them are lens flare or reflections off of glass or sundials mostly. Keep in mind, we have 2 to 3 million amateur astronomers. When it does show up, we'll have close-up pictures of it. We'll better see the terrain of it. Just like we look at the
Gil, let me ask you a question. Okay, yesterday was the day that, your best calculations. Let's ask this question. You've been sent a lot of pictures. I'm sure a lot of people took pictures and video, and you've probably seen a lot of stuff on YouTube. Is any of these pictures have a possibility of actually been a glimpse of Planet X or Planet 7X?
Not any of the ones that I've received, and I received probably thousands of them.
Wow.
Most of them are lens flare or reflections off of glass or sundials mostly. Keep in mind, we have 2 to 3 million amateur astronomers. When it does show up, we'll have close-up pictures of it. We'll better see the terrain of it. Just like we look at the moon or Mars or Jupiter, we'll have fairly detailed pictures of it. But we cannot focus the telescope on any type of mirage. See?
Okay, so
So
you're
that's
saying
the reason